The Rosie and Bill Show wish to thank our partners and Positivity primary sponsors.
The Roselli Agency, based in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. Brian and his team of insurance professionals have been serving the needs of Chester County for more than 2 decades.
The Mallon Agency, located in Springfield, PA, where they take pride in tailoring the right insurance policy for the right client and exceeding expectations every time.
So I'm doing the best I can. Right now it's all I can do. Want you to understand. I wish I could be there for you. 'Cause I'm just one girl with a tired heart and 2 hands. I'm doing the best I can.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Rosie and Bill Show. Our guests this week are truly a talented family trio from central Pennsylvania whose mission is to touch as many people as they can with their music. Please welcome to the Rosie and Bill Show, Jeff, Mia, and Ava Pennycoff, otherwise known as Kopper and Kash. We are so happy to have you on the show. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, this is a lot of fun, and we've got a lot that we want to talk with you guys about. We want to give everybody a chance to talk and have some fun here. But Jeff, if you don't mind, I'd like to start with you. And what I'd like to start with first and foremost is thank you for your service. It's because of you doing what you did that we get to do what we do. So we want to start off by saying thank you for that first and foremost.
I appreciate that. And you're more than welcome. Thank you so much.
Sure, our pleasure. Now, we also have a first question for you, and that is that we understand that you made sure that music was a part of your daughter's lives pretty much from the day they were born. But
yeah,
where did your love of music come from? If you trace it back, where did yours come from?
Yeah, I always trace it right back to my dad had a love of music, and we did a lot of camping when I was a child, and country music was the music of choice. And then my dad worked really hard. He had his own business. So Sunday nights he was home, and that's also the night, I think it was Sunday night or Saturday, I can't remember, when Hee Haw was on. And so I remember just enjoying my time. Of course, my mom made the rule that I had to watch Lawrence Welk before I was allowed to watch Hee Haw. So trying to keep me well-rounded. So I kind of like polkas. No, Hee Haw, watching that with my father and listening to him enjoy music. That's really where it started. And then I just had a real love to play the guitar, and I just wanted to learn and play guitar. And so that's where it all started for me.
I have to tell you, that's quite a diverse range there from Hee Haw to Lawrence Welk. And,
yeah.
You know, both of those things were on in our home as well.
Right.
And it was a lot of fun, a lot of good memories.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, I think it really helped round us out for genres of music. And I think because of that, I might point to that to say that's why I listen to different genres. We settle into country pretty easy, but I also listen to other genres as well.
Now, girls, I have to talk to you for a second. I have to say that your hair color is just gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you.
My mother's favorite color, hair. Anytime she would see a redhead, she'd be like, oh, look at their hair. They're so beautiful. When were you first, both of you, like, what is your earliest musical memory?
We started in a worship team. Ava was 9 and I was 10.
And when did you know that that's what you wanted to do? Like, what drew you to it?
I know me personally, there was a need for singers on the worship team. So we kind of just stepped up, and I remember getting like a rush of performing. I don't know about Mia, and I wanted to keep performing and keep that feeling going.
We started out with one of our best friends. Her name's Lydia. She was also a redhead, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we used to kid around. We used to tease them and say that they were called the Ginger Snaps. So that was their little band name when they were young girls. But they grew out of that real fast. We don't like that, Dad. So I had to quit saying that.
Oh, it's cute though. I mean, I can understand why they grew out of it. But when did you know, Jeff, that they could really sing, to take this seriously?
You know, I didn't know. I always knew. I think everybody has the potential if they really have it in their heart to do it, and they've been around it for ever since they were born. Even matter of fact, before they were born, I would sit on the couch with my wife when she was pregnant, and I would actually sing to them while they were still in their womb, and I would sing, you know, this one song, a gospel song. How'd it go? Jesus, 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 you know, that song. And I would just sing that to them. And then when they were first born, when I was first able to hold them, I was singing that song to them. So for the first couple of years of their life, we sang that when they went to sleep, we sang it every night. So I just wanted them to hear music, be a part of music. And then when they came up and kind of sang in a little choir on the worship team. And then there was some turnover with some singers, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to pull the girls right up front. People like to see them, and we pulled them up front, and they've been learning ever since.
Wow.
Now, in addition to the singing, you girls also play instruments. So Ava, you play guitar, and Mia, you're on the bass. So what led to each of you playing those instruments, and do either of you play any others?
Well, I know for me, I wanted to be able to accompany myself, and not just be able to sing, also be able to play behind it. So they put me in guitar lessons, and Mia actually started out playing guitar.
I started out playing guitar, but I realized shortly after that it just wasn't for me, and I went to the bass, and I really had a desire to play.
I have to tell you, it's so cool. I mean, it's cool when men play the bass and guitar, but it's even cooler when women play.
I agree. There's something about it, especially young women, you know, and it really comes from bands can be tricky. And we were really in need on the worship team for some musicians, you know, and so it all started out with that in mind, and it kind of grew into what we are now. But we still participate in worship every Sunday. And it's a good break-in point too for young musicians. And their little brother, our youngest, is 13, and he's breaking in on the drums now, so he helps us all also on the worship team. So
there you go. So you really are going to have a family band completely.
Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah, as long as I don't burn them out.
When did you know, Jeff, that okay, it's time to take it from the worship team to a career?
Well, that's I don't know, interesting question. I started playing guitar again. I started taking lesson when I was 8 years old. At 9 years old, my dad was killed in an accident, in a bulldozer accident. And so the lessons we moved, and lessons kind of weren't in the picture anymore. It wasn't going to be a thing. And so at 14, I still always had the love of it, and I was trying to teach myself. But at 14, I got real serious and started teaching myself how to play, yet I didn't know how to sing. I was not real good at it. Fast forward to the Navy. The funny thing about wearing earplugs, maybe you know, maybe you don't, when you wear earplugs, you can really hear yourself. And the first time I had earplugs and started singing, I said, that is horrible. But it also taught me how to sing in pitch and what that meant. So I kind of taught myself, started writing songs, wrote my first song. I didn't have I was really shy and backwards. And when I met my wife, when she heard me play and sing, she immediately said, you're going to be singing. We have a little thing in town here called the town meeting every 4th of July week. You're going to be singing at the 4th of July thing. I said, no one wants to hear me. Oh, well, you're going to be singing. I didn't think nothing else of it. A couple of weeks before the event, she told me, hey, they're expecting you to go up and play. You got to sing. I was like, oh, boy.
Were you nervous?
That's kind of how it started. Oh, I was nervous as a cat. I was shaking the whole time. It was bad. but that's kind of how I got started. And then I wrote some more, and I met this person and that person, and I ended up in Nashville on a real small record deal, but kind of got it going. And then here we are, fast forward, we decided to take a break from that. I got a band and I was traveling, and it took off a little bit for us. And then we decided we were going to have one more baby. That was Mia. Mm-hmm. And then 11 and a half months later, we had another redhead, Ava. And then we thought we were really done. And then 3 years after that, we had our last son.
4 years.
So it was quite a journey. And so we thought maybe music was out of the picture for a while, but here we are. I was always been involved in worship and ministry and stuff like that. So it's just fun to be able to see it unfold. When you think you're out of it, you're really not.
Now, you guys collectively have gone to Nashville as well, haven't you?
Yes.
What was that experience like for everyone?
Very exciting. It's exciting to get everyone in Nashville is so nice, and everyone's musically talented. So it's great exposure, and it's just an awesome experience to be around the Nashville people. And we started going back to Nashville in the year 2020 when our brother passed away, because that's when I started writing and we really started getting interested in music. So I wrote a song, and my parents decided that they were going to take me down to record that song. And that's kind of how we got started as a family band in Nashville.
Well, first of all, we're so sorry about your brother and your son. That's tragic. And I guess the silver lining is that you've channeled some of that grief into music that can not only help you heal, but it can be healing and touch a lot of other people. Is that what inspired your mission?
Yeah,
I would say, yes. Definitely. Yeah, we're like, what are we doing? Why not? Somebody's down there doing it. Let's just go and see what happens. And so we've been networking the whole time, and much fun as we're having, and we're always the face everybody sees when we're out doing interviews and stuff. Their mom works extremely hard behind the scenes every day as she is doing something, making connections and working social media, which is a whole new thing for me compared to 20 or 25 years ago. It's completely different. It's changed everything. And I think for the better. We've got a broader brush now of talent that's able to get their voices and their songs heard, and it's just easier to reach people that way.
That's true. It takes a lot of work, so I'm sure your wife works very hard. Bill handles that for us, and I don't envy him, not even a little bit.
And they're always changing the rules.
Yeah, that's what I hear, because I hear her say, I can't believe I got kicked off for this or that. So yeah, I hear a lot, but it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Now, we understand that there may have been a new single. If you can truly believe that there was a new single. Charles, I was trying to little play on words there. It came out recently. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, so we're getting songs pitched to us from our manager in Nashville, Clay Myers, and he pitches us a couple of songs, and we pick out the ones that we feel fit our brand the best. And we heard this one, and it's about believing in yourself and only accepting positivity in your life and accepting people who believe in you. And we're all about spreading positivity and doing the unthinkable. So that just fit us perfectly. Yeah. So
do you all write? What is that process like? Does someone write a song and then play it for the others, and they're like, oh yeah, let's collaborate. I'm hearing this, or I'm seeing that. What's that process like?
As of now, our songwriting typically starts off as one of us getting an idea and starting it, and then coming to the others, and then just getting their ideas on that.
Yeah. Is there ever any personality conflicts? Because working with family sometimes, you don't always have the same decorum as you would have with a stranger.
Yeah, I would say the stories you hear about redheads is surely true. Especially young ladies, you know, in teenage years, getting ready to be independent, you know, and not being one to told that they feel like they're being told what to do. So it definitely gets challenging when we're out traveling and in close quarters with each other. It's definitely good to get back home and go to our separate corners, reset, and get back together. Yeah.
It sounds like that
sure.
could lead to some really cool songs, though, as time goes on.
It could. It really could. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll just keep tapping into that. But like Ava was alluded to, we're very fortunate because this is a new thing for me too. We're having all the, you know, Nashville's just loaded with very talented, not only musicians but writers. And so now we're getting a catalog of songs pitched to us, you know, and we try to pick 2 out of there that fit us. So it's really, now we're getting excited about maybe collaborating with them and expanding our writing, and the quality of our writing is surely going to grow. So I'm gonna look forward to that moving into the future. But
Well, that's great that you have people now that are seeking you out. That validates everything that you're doing. And I'm curious, what is the goal? Because you've talked a lot about Nashville and you're located in Pennsylvania right now. Do you ultimately want to go to Nashville? What does success look like for you all?
Well, I think we've already succeeded. You know, anything else above what we're doing now is just a plus. You know, it's just cherries on top. I think we've succeeded. We've done so much already in a short time, and we just don't know what's in front of us. But we're just keep moving, stepping forward. Ultimately, I'd like to see us move to Nashville. Actually, when we first went down, the idea was I thought I was too old. So we were just going to help the girls and promote the girls as a duo. But as we moved into it and we talked with our manager consultant down there, and he's like, you know, Dad, I think you're going to have to dust off your boots and get back get on the saddle, because, you know, they're young and they have a lot to learn. So I think we're in the woodshedding years. That's what they are. But eventually, I think way I see it, but I don't know, that I'm going to kind of fade into the background, maybe just play guitar and they'll be up front. But we'll see how it goes. I'm just excited to be a part of it. What's going on? As long as these 2 don't fire me, I'm going to stick around.
Don't fire him! Don't fire him!
No, and you know, I just have to interject here, Jeff. For one thing, it's never too late. I'm a firm believer in that. So age doesn't matter. It's a number, and that number it's irrelevant. Number one. Number two, I really liked what Ava said a couple minutes ago about the song and the message behind True Believer. Okay, and surrounding yourself and all about positivity. That's why we started this show. And that's why we really enjoy having conversations like this. We don't have time or space for negativity. Sure. And so I would just add that if you keep that message in mind and surround yourself with enough positive people, and more of these talented people are kind of getting in your circle, I really believe that the sky's the limit. And, you know, and to be able to love what you do and to already feel successful, that in and of itself is a success. So kudos to all 3 of you for that.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's good.
So I have one last question for the girls. How does this impact you in your, you know, your social life, your everyday life with friends? What kind of impact does it have?
Well, not a lot of kids my age are around here are doing what I'm doing. Like, it's strange to them that I'm going to Nashville and recording songs, and like they're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? But I love it, so I don't really care if they think that it's crazy. I have a few friends that believe in me, and that's all that I need.
How about you, Mia?
I believe the same. I have some friends that are into music just as much as I am. Uptown Music Collective, it's a popular music school in Williamsport, and there's a lot of kids my age there that are into it just as much as I am.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think that as time goes on, you're going to have more and more people that are enjoying what you're doing, and your message is going to get out to more and more people. And we know that our viewers have enjoyed getting to know you. Rosie and I have definitely enjoyed getting to know you. And we want to thank you so much, all three of you, for joining us. We want to wish you all the best from Williamsport to Nashville and wherever else you may go. Thank you again so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely our pleasure. And we look forward to some big things from all three of you. Folks, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
It's crazy, wild, and way too fast. Sometimes you fly, sometimes you run out of gas.
Gotta push that thing uphill in the wind, trying to get to the top and get it rolling again. It's a hairpin turn every minute. It can break you down if you let it.
But even on a starless night, if you could see it in a different light, it's a joyride. Another pedal down, sweet sunrise. In the blur, it'll pass you by like tall trees on the shotgun side. It don't matter if you get somewhere, it's getting lost in the getting there. It's a no-stop sign, hell of a time, right before your eyes. It's a damn good life, it's a joyride. It's hello, goodbye, laughter and tears, heartbreak to love like a shifting gear.
It's a late night soundtrack, highway song, when there ain't no map for the road you're on. It's a brand new fear every minute. It'll steal your breath if you let it.
But even on a starless night, if you could see it in a different light, it's a joyride. Another pedal down, sweet sunrise. In the blur, it'll pass you by like tall trees on the shotgun side. Don't matter if you get somewhere, it's getting lost in the getting there. It's a no-stop sign, hell of a time, right before your eyes. It's a damn good life, it's a joyride. It's a joyride, another pedal down, sweet sunrise. In the blur, it'll pass you by like tall trees on the shotgun side. It don't matter if you get somewhere, it's getting lost in the getting there. It's a no-stop sign, hell of a time, right before your eyes. It's a damn good life. It's a joyride. It's a joyride. It don't matter if you get somewhere, just getting lost in the getting there. It don't matter if you get somewhere, just getting lost in the getting there.